I've gone through and I've ranked every single Breakouts card, so you don't have to. If you guys want to see more in-depth stuff about the players in part 1, there's a whole video about them. But today we're talking about players in part 2, and of course they will get added to the tier list that we made for part 1, which is a little bit off-center. Let's get that right. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, perfect. So, it's the end of Breakouts. What are my thoughts on this promo at the end of things? I would say pretty good promo. I like the wrinkles. I like the discounted abilities for 2 weeks. It makes the cards feel like you actually want to go after them in a way. And, they also give some argument to be cheats on some theme teams with those discounted abilities while they last. I also do like the 2 different players in one type of thing, like the different stats. I like that too. I do wish they followed their theme of this promo a little bit more accurately. And I wish they just put a little bit more effort into the player selection. That's my one knock. I mean, they've done a decent job. Probably better than what they've done in the past. But I wish there was a little bit more accuracy with finding the real breakouts. That's my only knock on the promo. Other than that, I think it's actually a pretty cool promo. Again, I like the wrinkles in it. So let's just get ranking. Let's start with the 88 overalls today. So with the heroes in this promo, if we go back to the part 1 cards, they were pretty much all Theme Team Demon, meaning that if you put them on a theme team, they rise to the level of the best cards in the game, if not better. So Theme Team Demon is for cards that, really only if you have a Falcons team are you going to really look to go after James Pierce or, that's an example of it, right? So, the 88s in this promo, and also I should mention that they're also not cheap. People will see like their heroes and think, oh, they're budget beasts. That's not the case. These cards are still 160k. Maybe 2 weeks after, people will see these cards and they go, oh, budget monster. No, like 85 down would be budget monsters. These cards are really not. These cards are still expensive. So Edrin Cooper's one I do like. If we head over here, they do get pre-baked abilities. You get Secure Tackler as well as the alternate stats. So I will say it doesn't change much, the alternate stats for a lot of the players. I'll mention if it does. But they do all get the alternate stats. This one's actually kind of a big one. He does get Run Protector, which is actually pretty good. That's pretty good. And then Threat Detector for 6, which okay. And then here's the switch. You basically take off all the run block and add it to the pass block. So that could be pretty cheesy if you run run block, Run Protector, and then go. That could maybe work. Someone's got to test that out. That could be something kind of glitchy. Jaden Hicks is also a pretty good user looking card. I was hoping that. Okay, so this makes him more coverage oriented, but I think he's a pretty good user option. Doesn't have great movement, but against the run he's solid. 90 hit power, good looking card, 6'2". Chiefs team, you definitely want to add a guy like that to your team. But my favorite 88 from this drop is probably, where is he? I do like Keon Coleman too, but again, only probably a Bills team you picking up this card. Does get mid in, and then does add some better route running, lowers his deep route running, which I'm not too sure if I like that one too much. But my favorite one is, where is he? Am I blind? Where is he? Not here? No, I'm tripping. Oh, he's right here. Okay, Xavier Legette. I think he's the best 88 that came out. I think he is, or in this. No, he's second best. Sorry, second best. But my favorite wide receiver from there's 388 wide receivers. He's my favorite. 89 speed, and then if we head over here to the ability, he does get human joystick, which is interesting. And then over here you're gonna have those are the stat boosts plus 8 change direction. So you can speed boost with this guy because he's gonna have the COD and he gets joystick as well. Pretty nice. Especially for the Panthers theme teamers. I would think that's probably worth it, honestly. But my favorite one is, where is he? Hello? Tariq Stevenson. This card is insane. I think he does actually crack must-have for certain teams, right? I mean, if you need a corner, his price will get down eventually. He'll probably still be like 160, 150. But, I mean, 150 for that is pretty good. You get good height, you get good man, good zone, good speed. And you also do get Secure Tackler on the outside. And then for his... is this worth it? It lowers his play rack down to like 60, which is like the main knock on the card. I don't know if this one's worth it. I think it looks pretty good without that stat change. But those are all the 88s. My least favorite one, though, I will say is Mason Graham. So I'm going to go ahead and put him on the tier list. And then we're going to move over to the champions. So here are all the 88s on the tier list. Again, I actually had BB down lower, but I moved him up because I do like his alternate stats with that Run Protector. I think it has potential if you need a center. I think right now loading up on those Run Protectors while they're discounted or Pass Protectors even while they're discounted is pretty nice. So I would definitely look into that. But Tariq Stevenson, Demon, and then some of the 88s kind of sprinkled in down here. And then our lone 88 in theme team mid is Mason Graham, as I don't think he turns to anything crazy on a theme team, but he is obviously still usable and solid on a theme team. The one problem we have right now is the database isn't really cooperating yet, so I can't like compare the two. But let's get started with the champions. JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix. That's going to be a debate. I think stat-wise, it is pretty close. McCarthy's card did play pretty good early on. Bo Nix cards play pretty good too. But the big thing is, of course, the abilities. And I would give, that's the big thing with these cards, right? And I would give the upper hand to Bo Nix. I would. So with that being said, I can't put him in S+, because I think Bo Nix is better in this promo, right? You know, we're looking at this if you don't have a theme team. Obviously, if you have a Vikings team, you go after JJ McCarthy and you have a great time with him. But I think he belongs in Theme Team Demon. And then here are the alternate stats on him as well. Does add a little bit of speed. He does get some crazy acceleration boost right there. Throw power goes up too. But the accuracy is going to go down. And then you have to pay for Pocket Deadeye. It's 3 AP here. We're on Bo Nix. It's free, right? Or 1 AP on Bo Nix? On Bo Nix, it's his ability. It's his baked in. I think it's free on him. So it's tough to beat that. And then you also have the fact that, yeah, when you do it'll lower his accuracy. The Bo Nix card will get his accuracy lowered whenever you do the alternate stats, but you have that Pocket Deadeye to cover it up. So I think it is pretty clearly Bo Nix. So I would put McCarthy down here, Theme Team Demon. I really only think he's worth it if you have a theme team. If you're a fan of him, he's still good. He's still a good card. I think people forget these cards are still obviously good, but I do prefer Bo Nix to JJ McCarthy from this drop. Okay, next up, let's go to Gunnar Helm. Yeah, let's go Gunnar Helm. All right, 88 speed, 91 mid route running, 91 short route running. Pretty good route running stats there. What did they give him for deep route running? They gave him, where is it? 89 deep route running is pretty good as well. They're pretty good on this card. 6'5", does get third down threat, and then does end up getting edge protector and red zone threat for 1 AP. There's alternate variant. Does it do the same thing as? Yeah, it does kind of do the same thing as Strange, where it gives him the extra blocking, kind of like a 6 offensive lineman if that's what you want. So yeah, you have those options. I think I'd put him into. I think he belongs in must-have. Like if you need a tight end, having those abilities can help you out sometimes. And when they're free like that, it's nice. I'm not saying I would give him the 6 offensive lineman treatment, but I still think he is a pretty solid option at tight end. And he has that height as well. So I'd put him, I'm forgetting I'm on 2 different screens here, but I'd put him into must-have for sure. Okay. Next card up. Let's take a look at, let's go Kobe Turner. This card is a monster. Straight up monster. And this is one where I would 100% use this stat boost. I would 100% do this because of what it does to his acceleration and his speed. It hurts his tackling and hit power. It does. But his acceleration goes with the 90. And if you know how I feel about acceleration in this game, that is crazy. And you give him inside stuff for 0 and double or nothing for 1. You get inside stuff, double or nothing. He's one of the best cards in this drop. Straight up. No way around it. Kobe Turner is a guy in this drop. I like his alter ego better, but he's one of the better cards to come out here. I think he really does belong up that high, and he's in that Abdul Carter range. Double or nothing inside stuff with 90 acceleration and a good build like that. Like his card is so good. I don't know if he'll get overlooked or not. Maybe because he is a DT, but that card is genuinely insane. All right, next up we have Malachi Starks. Pretty similar to me as Xavier Watts. It's pretty similar. 6'1", does get deep zone free, which I actually really do like, as well as menace. I guess it wouldn't hurt to stack those two, to be honest. Then for his stat boost, is it worth it? Plus 80 block shed you're going to give him. Hurt his movement a lot. I would say probably not worth it, but that card art does look better. The all black on this does look cleaner. So if the card art matters, Malachi Starks, yeah, I would put him, I think Malachi Starks belongs in must-have. I think he's kind of in that Watts range. I would actually prefer him to Watts because I do actually really like the deep zone knockout. And if I remember correctly, what was Watts's? Watts, I don't think he got deep zone. I could be wrong on that. He got mid zone, and I think I like deep zone more. Yeah, I would give it to deep zone over mid zone for sure. Because you also get, it's like having deep in, deep out. And of course, defensive abilities are defensive abilities in this game, so they're not as consistent, but that's where I'd go. All right, who we got left? Here? We have Travis Hunter. Let's go Cooper DeJean next before we get into our LTDs. Cooper DeJean, obviously, he's good. I think I would probably, he does get mid zone. which is honestly better. It's good for a corner. You can kind of play him in the slot with the, with the menace. And then far as this goes, you're going to get that +1 speed, +1 acceleration. It's going to hurt his tackling and pursuit, but up his hit power. Honestly, I think this is worth it. That trade-off doesn't seem too bad for Cooper DeJean on this card. But I think DeJean, either way, I think he does end up kind of in that Terry and Arnold range. You can debate Terry, and you could even debate DeJean. I'm honestly leading DeJean up top, but it is close. I don't think, there's not really a defining feature between the LTDs and the champions in this promo. So keep that in mind. I mean, as far as the wrinkle, so sometimes the LTDs do things that in most promos that the champion cards can't do, but that's not really the case for the Breakouts promo right now. It's not really the case. All right, let's talk Travis Hunter for our final champion. They made him a wide receiver, and he's still able to play corner, but he's a wide receiver. 91 speed at wide receiver, insane, 6'1". The movement's going to be very good as well, just like his kickoff card was. He's going to be, or was it game time? They called it this year. So Travis Hunter, of course, going to be great. And then his trade-off actually does go to his man coverage, or help out his zone coverage. And I guess I probably should show off the coverage stats on him. With strat cards, you can easily get him 90-90. I think. No, you actually will not be able to, because it only boosts DBs. So it actually might be kind of difficult to do that. It might be worth it to go with the trade-off that hurts his route running a little bit, hurts his coverage a little bit, but helps out his coverage. It hurts his route running, but helps his coverage, because then you have the strat cards for wide receivers to help out the route running stats. Because he's a wide receiver, your strat cards will not affect him. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But that's where I'm at with Travis Hunter. Does get 2 0 AP abilities, Iron Man and mid zone, which I think if you do play him, you're going to want to play him in the slot, playing vert hooks, stuff like that. And then he does get evasive, route tech for 1, which is pretty nice, and pick artist. So Travis Hunter, I think he's a pretty easy S+ guy. Again, if you know how his previous card plays, you know how good this card will be. And I would do the coverage one on him. I think as far as going, I think these two guys are still better because of that double or nothing. One gets edge start elite, one gets inside stuff, both very cheap, and then Travis Hunter does get all the abilities and can play both. He fills 2 spots on your team pretty much. So yeah, I would go. Yeah, that's it for the champions, but that's where I'm at. Okay, let's head over to the LTDs. I'm gonna be honest. These LTDs, they're kind of I don't want to say they're a letdown because they're not bad, but they're not must-haves or S+s for me. I don't think they are. They're definitely not must-haves because LTDs, it's hard for an LTD to be in must-have, in my opinion, because of what their price tags end up being. But Nick Bonito, it's funny that they also dropped a Bronco and a Giant LTD at the same time because they had that little beef and Nick Bonito was heading it. But no outsiders does not touch Abdul Carter's ability that he gets pre-baked. Edge Start Elite is way better. He does still get double or nothing, but if you're looking for an edge rusher in this promo, and yes, you can run both, right? You can if you want to. I do also like the card art much better when it looks like this. You have the blue with the orange. I think it looks really clean, but is it worth it? I don't know if it's worth it. It hurts your play rec and awareness. If you don't believe in those kind of stats, then you send that. Because also 95 acceleration is pretty good. And I don't want to make it sound like this card is ass, because I don't think he is. But I think there is a real debate that he's either here or he's here. That's what I think about Batonio. But if you're looking for an edge rusher, you clearly just go get Abdul Carter for way cheaper. So, I'm kind of considering that. I kind of am. I don't know if that's a bad thing. He's either here or he's here. I'm going to put him down in Theme Team Demon, though. No, I think actually I'll put him up in S+. I think S+ is more fair for Batonio. Because, no outsiders, it's not like it's unusable. And then you still get double or nothing. And then the stats are obviously very good, even with the alternate stats. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to change my... I had him a little bit lower, but I actually had him originally in Theme Team Demon, but I'm going to leave him up. And finally, you have Cam Scatboo, the Scat Pack, okay? I was excited to see what card they were going to give him, because he definitely played he was one of the most exciting players, to watch. It made I was watching the Giants and I found myself rooting for this guy. I feel like everyone kind of in the same boat. He's such an exciting player to watch. But yeah, 91 speed, which makes him the fastest running back in the game. However, the one problem is his COD. Again, I mentioned it on Amari and Hampton. People have been mentioning COD. Maybe you've heard about it. But a player with lower COD is just going to play worse in this game. COD is somewhat the meta at running back, especially. So 83, it's not terrible. It's just not where we would really want it to be. but has pretty good stats. They're not bad. Even 90 juke was pretty good. And then he does get tank for free, which I really do like. I think his abilities are better than Omarion Hampton's. I would say that. Would have liked to see maybe like more of a bruising discount here. Would have been nice to see. But and then for his trade-off, it's a weird one because I think it. Wait, doesn't it? I thought it did something to his pass block. They're not up on the database yet, so I really can't. I can't be 100% because it's not here. I thought on the stream this morning they said it did something to the pass block. Maybe not. Maybe he was. You think he was tripping, or do you think the game just isn't showing it? Wait, no, they changed it. Oh yeah, no wait, they changed it. Yeah, on the stream this morning, I swear he was talking about pass block and it kills his COD. I swear. But they changed it, and it gives him actually 90 plus COD. Wait, this is actually changing my whole outlook on this card. Wait a second. Okay, this card is goated. Wait. Yeah. Okay, so they changed it. Because it originally was not like this, and I ranked the cards earlier today loosely based off of what they say on the stream and stuff, and they changed it because now he gets 91 COD, and it hurts his ball carrier vision, which is not an important stat, and his stiff arm, which, again, elusive moves are better. I say that. I said that a lot recently. So it turns his card a bit of a monster. I think that it's worth actually doing this. You got to do this with this card. Gives him 90 agility. He's only like really lacking joystick, but evasive with tank. This card's a monster now. Okay, they actually saved this card. I'm not too sure what made them decide they wanted to change that, but Cam Scatboo, I actually had him down here in Theme Team Demon. I had him at the top down here because of the COD not being able to hit, not being able to hit the threshold. Still a fun card, and his alternate stats earlier was killing his COD and upping his pass block for some reason, making him a true north and south guy. But they changed it, so Scatboo now does get 90 COD on that alternate version. I think that moves him up to here, really. I think it actually puts him in S+. That's a damn good card, man. And he's fast. Like, wow. Okay. So that is the Breakouts Part 2 added to the Breakout. This is the full Breakouts tier list. Again, it's a pretty good promo. I really am curious to see what people's thoughts are on these cards when the abilities go away. And also, I'm curious to see how much they nerf the abilities AP wise. Are they going to go back to what they normally are? Are they going to be one below that? Like, what are they going to do with it? It does have a big, it is a pretty big factor in how long these cards last. Because I think we're probably going to take a slight step back for Harvest, whatever they're calling, what's it called? Autumn Classic or something like that. We're probably going to take a step back, probably ability wise for that. But people are going to still build the Autumn Classic theme teams, and then we're going to have Zero Chill, and we should start seeing a lot more discounts. That's my prediction. Could be wrong on that, and then crystals will be, that's kind of where I think they're going. But pretty good drop, and I'm glad that they fixed Scatterboo because he was looking kind of disappointing because of that COD. But they know what they're doing. Okay, EA Sports. Okay, rare W for EA. All right, so that's the tier list. Let me know what you guys think down below. Who's too high? Who's too low? Thanks for watching today's video. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are new. We're trying to hit 50K by the end of the year, so hitting that subscribe button would of course help. Of course, I'll see you boys in the next one.